They are 4 hours late in venturing into straits notorious for their capricious tides. The final leg, across the Ceuta, measures just 16 miles. Not a favoured route even by expert swimmers. This is Ceuta, Spain's toehold on the African continent, where Franco, in the old days, hid his crack troops against a revolutionary day. Today it has a population of 70,000 and any number of smugglers.
Come on, the should it have past 10!
The euphoria is fast returning. Every indication is that it will be a long but leisurely swim to journey's end. Even the fiasco of the shark cage, carted from England to become Exhibit 1 in a Gibraltar scrapyard, has been forgiven. If suddenly a human heart misses a beat, it's a false alarm. Not sharks, but dolphins, the most affectionate playmates of the deep. It's as though the sea is saluting their valiant efforts in the inscrutable presence of a Soviet tanker. But that is not quite the case. With the Great Rock becoming a misty backdrop, they are to pay a high valedictory penalty for that 4-hour delay in Gibraltar. They've come halfway, 8 miles in 3 hours, only to be caught by the twin perils of imminent darkness and the contratides of the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean. The greater frustration is that they're making no headway at all. After a further 4 hours swimming, they are still 8 miles from the North African coast. The darkness is such that it's now difficult for the swimmer even to keep in contact with the boat. This time they're beaten, not only by tides, but a Gibraltar skipper who announces he will no longer play their triathlon game. He decamps with the swimmers on board. The wives have gone ahead and are waiting in Ceuta. As a token, all 10 men swim the last 100 yards. They've neither cheated nor failed. A suitable citation in the days of peace is that these are the kind of men who win wars.
Let's start with the worst parts. What's been the worst part for you, Terry?
Team morale.
Team morale's been too low.
Far too low.
Mike, do you agree with that? We were, after all, the 2 team leaders.
Yeah,
in
we
effect.
operated as 2 groups and that, so obviously I can only speak for the group we're in. We've had a high points, we had a low points. Balance were okay. I think we nearly fell apart once over a silly little thing, but it was driven by tiredness more than anything else.
Well, naturally, tiredness will play an enormous part in this, but I mean, some of the things one's heard about, you know, people turning up late, time after time, people leaving people with vehicles with empty petrol. Surely these things grown men don't get up to, do they?
We did get up to them at times, but lessons to be learned, I suppose.
Let's talk about positive things about it. What's been the best thing about it for you, Terry?
Well, the run, I think. The run went well. We're a good hour ahead of schedule on the run. That was difficult. It was hurting. We made it in really good time.
What about you, Mike?
We enjoyed the running, we enjoyed the cycling. The swimming, I don't think we got to grips with quite as well as the other 2 disciplines, but that's something we'll learn from. The channel was a bit horrendous. The Ceuta swim better, obviously, but the channel was a bit of a nightmare, I think, for everyone.
Would you do this again?
Yeah, I'll certainly do it again. I think obviously we'd learn the lessons of, it's not mistakes, it's not the word, but we'd learn the lessons of better ways of doing certain things, I think. But yeah, we're tackling something like this.
I think you need stronger swimmers.
Yeah, go along with that.
You've spent 2 years of your life thinking, dreaming, with your wife, working on this project. Has it been worth it?
It hasn't been. It's been a little bit of a disappointment because of we didn't make either of the swims.
In the first case, I think was probably due to weather. The second case, I'm not so sure about. We're swimming well. It was a pilot decision to move us further forward because we weren't making ground. Whether it was an error on their part by not correctly judging the tide and the effect of the tide on the swim, I'm not sure. We'll never know that.
But would you do it again?
I'd do it again. Because I'm crazy.
Will you do it again?
It takes too much to organise a team thing like this. I'll do something similar.
I can understand you being exhausted, and I can understand you being in this moment of tiredness, perhaps a little bit demoralised. But at the same time, it's been a tremendous achievement in so many respects, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's, we've got here. We didn't reach the targets, which had been set, but we got here. And from that point of view, everyone's gone through extremely well.
Watching you, Mike, I've seen so much effort, so much courage, so much determination. These are fine qualities.
Yeah, they've come out as every individual. I've seen guys who've been flat at certain things, and then when you get flat, all of a sudden they can respond. They're the one who've given you the needle and they can push you along. So I've seen characters of other people which I didn't detect in them before. So there's a character learning lesson which has come out. Great.
They missed their target by 16 hours and a few miles of water. It is 5 a.m. Time for a party.